Wow, that was a lot of fun.
It was, wasn't it? I really enjoyed that. The credits are still rolling. Should we watch them?
Let's leave them on for a minute. The music is quite nice.
It is. It's very adventurous. So, the big question, what did you think of the movie?
I thought it was great. It was the perfect choice for a Friday night at home. It was just so easy and entertaining to watch.
I agree completely. I didn't have to think too hard. I could just sit back, relax, and enjoy the story.
After a long and busy week at work, that is exactly the kind of movie I need.
Me too. I'm not in the mood for anything too serious or complicated on a Friday night.
So, you enjoyed it too?
I really did. I was smiling for most of it. It was very charming.
I'm so glad you liked it. I'm always a bit nervous when I recommend a movie. I worry that the other person won't enjoy it.
Well, your recommendation was excellent. The Lost Compass was a fantastic choice.
I just saw the trailer online and it looked fun. It had good reviews.
The reviews were right. It was a really solid, fun adventure movie.
So, how would you describe the genre of the movie?
I would say it was an action adventure, but with a lot of comedy and adventure comedy.
That's a perfect description. It wasn't a serious action movie. It had a lot of very funny moments.
It did. It was very lighthearted, and the plot was quite simple and easy to follow.
I agree. It wasn't one of those confusing movies where you don't understand what is happening.
No. So, how would you summarize the plot in a few sentences?
Let me try. It was about a university professor, a history expert, who finds a secret map.
A map that leads to a lost treasure, of course.
Of course, it's always a lost treasure. And he is a very clumsy academic type of person. He is not a real adventurer.
No. He is very much a man of books and libraries, not of jungles and danger.
But his daughter is the complete opposite. She is very brave and adventurous.
And she convinces him to go on the adventure with her to find the lost city of gold.
Using the mysterious old compass from the title of the movie.
And along the way, they have to solve puzzles, escape from traps, and run away from the bad guys who also want the treasure.
That's a perfect summary. It's a very classic adventure story.
It is. It's a formula that we have seen before, but it still works so well.
What did you think of the main characters? Did you like them?
I loved them. I thought the two main actors had great chemistry.
Chemistry. You mean they had a good connection and worked well together on screen?
Exactly. I really believed that they were a father and a daughter.
I did too. I thought the professor was very funny. The actor who played him has great comedic timing.
He does. He was so clumsy and awkward in the action scenes. It was very endearing. He was clearly not a hero.
No, he was just a normal person in a crazy situation, which made it very funny. What about his daughter, Lily?
I thought she was a fantastic character. She was so brave and intelligent.
She was the real hero of the story, I think. She was the one who was good at climbing trees and fighting the bad guys.
And she was the one who solved all the difficult puzzles. She was the brains and the muscle of the operation.
She was. It was nice to see a strong female lead character in an adventure movie.
I agree. She wasn't a damsel in distress who needed to be rescued. She was the rescuer.
Which character did you like more?
That's a difficult question. I think I like them both equally because they were such a great team. They balanced each other perfectly.
That's true. He was the cautious one, and she was the brave one. He knew all the history, and she had all the practical skills.
What about the villain, the bad guy?
I thought he was a bit of a classic, simple villain. He was evil, but not very clever.
I agree. He was not a very complex character. He was just there to create some problems for the heroes. But that was okay for this kind of movie.
Did you have a favorite scene in the movie? A moment that really stood out for you?
A favorite scene. Let me think.
I know what mine was.
You do? Okay, you go first.
My favorite scene was the one with the rope bridge.
Oh, that was a great one. When they were trying to cross the deep canyon?
Yes, and the professor was so scared of heights. He was crawling across the bridge so slowly, and he wouldn't look down.
And then one of the ropes broke and he almost fell. I actually gasped out loud at that part.
Me too. It was very suspenseful, but it was also very funny because of how he was screaming.
It was a perfect mix of action and comedy. That is a very good choice for a favorite scene. What about you? What was your favorite part?
I think my favorite scene was the one in the ancient temple when they had to solve the puzzle of the sun and the moon.
Oh, the puzzle with the stone discs? That was very clever.
It was. I love puzzles like that in movies. I was trying to solve it myself before they did.
Me too. I was thinking, you have to turn the moon disc to the left.
I liked that it was the professor's knowledge of ancient history that was needed to solve it. It was his moment to be the hero.
That's true. Lily, the adventurer, was stuck, but her academic father knew the answer.
It showed that both kinds of intelligence are valuable, the practical and the academic.
It was a very satisfying scene. It's always fun when you can try to solve the puzzle along with the characters. Can we also talk about how beautiful the movie looked?
Oh, yes. The cinematography was stunning.
Cinematography. That's a big word. What does it mean?
It's the art of making films. It refers to everything to do with the camera work, the lighting, the colors, the shots.
I see. Well, then the cinematography was excellent. The locations were incredible.
I agree. Where was it filmed? Do you know?
I'm not sure, but it was supposed to be set deep in the Amazon rainforest.
It really looked like it. The jungle was so green and lush. The trees were so tall.
And the waterfalls. There were so many beautiful, huge waterfalls.
And that lost city they found at the end, the golden temples hidden in the jungle, that was a beautiful special effect.
It was. It made you feel like you were really there, discovering it with them.
I thought the colors in the movie were also beautiful. It was a very vibrant film.
Yes, nothing was gray or boring. The jungle was green, the sky was blue, the treasure was golden. It was a feast for the eyes.
It really was. It's the kind of movie that makes you want to travel. It makes you want to go on your own adventure.
It does. I suddenly feel like I want to go and explore a jungle.
Me too. Maybe not with the bad guys and the dangerous traps, but a nice, safe jungle tour would be lovely.
What did you think about the ending of the movie?
I thought it was a very happy and satisfying ending.
I agree. It was not a big surprise, was it?
No, not at all. You knew from the beginning that they were going to be successful.
It was a very predictable movie, but in a good way.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes you don't want a big, shocking twist at the end. You just want a nice, happy conclusion.
You want to see the good guys win.
And they did. They found the treasure, and they defeated the villain.
And the villain got what he deserved. He fell into his own trap. That was a very classic ending for a bad guy.
It was. And the father and daughter, they didn't keep the treasure for themselves.
No, they gave it to a museum so that everyone could see it and learn from it.
That was a very nice message. That history and knowledge are more important than money.
I liked that a lot. And what about the final scene?
The final scene at the university, where the professor is giving a lecture?
Yes, and he is no longer a boring, nervous professor. He is now a confident and exciting storyteller.
The adventure changed him. It gave him confidence.
And his daughter was sitting in the audience, looking very proud of him.
It was a very sweet and heartwarming final moment. It wrapped up the story perfectly.
So, overall, a very positive and feel-good ending.
Exactly what you want from a fun Friday night movie.
Do you think the movie had a deeper message or a theme?
That's a very thoughtful question, Alex. I think it did.
It wasn't just about finding treasure, was it?
No. I think the real story was about the relationship between the father and the daughter.
I think so too. At the beginning of the movie, they didn't have a very strong connection.
No. He was always busy with his work, with his books and his research, and she was always away on her own adventures. They didn't really understand each other.
But the adventure forced them to work together. They had to learn to trust each other.
And they discovered that they were a very good team. He had the historical knowledge, and she had the practical skills. They needed each other to succeed.
So the real treasure that they found was their relationship.
That is a beautiful way to put it. It sounds a bit cheesy, but I think it's true.
I agree. They reconnected as a family, and they learned to appreciate each other's strengths.
The professor learned that it is good to be a little bit brave and adventurous sometimes.
And the daughter learned that it is also good to have knowledge and to think carefully before you act.
So the message is about the importance of family and about finding a balance between adventure and knowledge.
I think that's a lovely message for a family movie.
Me too. It gave the story a little bit more heart. It wasn't just an empty action movie.
So, if you had to give the movie a rating, what would you give it?
A rating? You mean like on a scale of 1 to 10 or with stars?
Let's use the star system. Out of 5 stars, where 5 is a masterpiece and 1 is a terrible movie.
Okay, 5 stars. Let me think. It's not a 5-star movie for me. A 5-star movie is something that changes your life, a true classic.
I agree. It was very good, but it was not a masterpiece. So, not 5 stars.
And it wasn't a 1-star or a 2-star movie. It was much better than that. It was well made and very enjoyable.
So it's somewhere in the middle. 3 or 4 stars?
I am thinking it is a very strong 4-star movie.
4 out of 5 stars. I think that is a perfect rating. I agree with you completely.
Why do you think it is a 4-star movie and not a 3-star movie?
For me, it gets an extra star because it was so charming and funny. The characters were so likable, and it was so beautiful to look at.
Those are my reasons too. It did everything it was trying to do perfectly. It was trying to be a fun, exciting, feel-good adventure, and it succeeded.
It did not try to be a deep, serious, philosophical film. It knew exactly what it was.
And what would have made it a 5-star movie? What was it missing?
Maybe a more original story? As we said, the plot was a little bit predictable.
And maybe a more interesting villain, a villain with a more complex motivation.
Those are good points, but for what it was excellent. So, we are in agreement. 4 stars for The Lost Compass.
The official rating from the critics in this living room is a very positive 4 out of 5 stars.
So, who would you recommend this movie to?
That's a good question. It's not a movie for everyone.
No. If you are a person who only likes very serious, artistic dramas, you probably would not enjoy this movie.
I agree. But if you are looking for something light, fun, and entertaining, then this movie is perfect.
I think it would be a fantastic movie for a family to watch together.
Oh, that is the perfect recommendation. It is a great family movie.
Yes, there is no bad language, and the violence is very mild and cartoonish.
And the story has a very positive message about family. It's something that parents and children could all enjoy together.
I think it would also be a great date night movie if you just want to watch something fun and romantic with your partner.
Yes, the adventure and the beautiful locations are very romantic.
Who else? It's a good movie for anyone who loves old-fashioned adventure stories.
Yes, if you like movies like Indiana Jones or The Goonies, you would love this.
It has that same feeling of fun and discovery.
So, our final recommendation is a perfect movie for families, for a date night, or for anyone who is a fan of the classic adventure genre.
I think that is a very accurate summary. I will definitely recommend it to my sister. She has 2 young children, and they would love it.
And I will recommend it to my parents. They love a good, simple, happy story. Well, I think we have analyzed that movie from every possible angle.
We have. We have discussed the plot, the characters, the cinematography, the ending, the theme, and our final rating. We are professional film critics.
I feel like we should write a review for a newspaper.
I think we should. Our opinions are very important.
It was really fun to talk about it with you. It helps you to understand what you really thought about the movie.
I agree. Sometimes you don't know your own opinion until you start to talk about it.
So, are you feeling tired? It's getting quite late.
I am starting to feel a little sleepy. All that adventure on the screen has made me tired.
Me too. I think it's probably time for bed.
I think so.
Shall I make us a quick cup of herbal tea first? A nice, calming chamomile tea?
That sounds like a wonderful idea. A perfect end to a perfect Friday evening.
It was a really lovely evening. Thank you for a great movie night, Alex.
Thank you for the great company, Chloe, and for your excellent film analysis.
Anytime. I'll go and put the kettle on.
I'll tidy up the popcorn bowls.